Coming up, a cold day across the state, what you need to know about your work week forecast. Plus, one local woman is telling all from life to love. Hear how she turned hardship into inspiration and how you can read all about it. And we'll share how people right here in the Chippewa Valley celebrated Christmas Day. All that and more coming up.
From WQOW, coming to you live in HD. This is Eau Claire's own News 18 10 p.m. report.
Thanks for choosing News 18 on your Christmas evening. I'm Emma Wheeler. We have a lot to get to tonight, from snowy roads to snow safety. But first, we start in Menominee. Earlier today, a game farm hosted a holiday meal that fed hundreds of hungry patrons, all for one reason.
Smiling faces. So that's why we do this, just to make somebody's day a little better today.
At Whispering Emerald Ridge Game Farm, you could find hundreds of people looking to fill their stomachs and their hearts with holiday spirit. They provided a shuttle free of charge to and from the farm outside of Menominee. They also provided a traditional holiday-style dinner with family-type atmosphere.
You know, most of these people, the free meal is secondary to conversation. You know, just go around, that's it, just sit down and talk. That's what come out back there. He couldn't get out here. You know, one the next one, and they always.
I always donate a little bit so that they can put this on another year, and I'm always scared they're going to quit. Yeah, but it's a fun time. And I always see people here I know and celebrate Christmas with them. People don't have a place to go on Christmas Day, so I look forward to this every year. I really want to thank these people for doing that every year. So, Merry Christmas, everybody.
This is the 10th year the farm has put on this holiday gathering. And from here in the Chippewa Valley to all across the globe, family and friends are celebrating Christmas. Kristen Holmes shows us how many are spending their holiday from Palm Beach to the Vatican.
It's Christmas around the world, and millions are celebrating. From the little town of Bethlehem to the Vatican, where Pope Francis held a Christmas Eve Mass, to the United Kingdom.
I wish you a peaceful and very happy Christmas.
Queen Elizabeth reflecting on the strength of the country after a violent past year.
I think of London and Manchester, whose powerful identities shone through over the past 12 months in the face of appalling attacks.
While the royal family is spending the holiday welcoming the newest addition to the family, Prince Harry's fiancée, Meghan Markle. And in the United States, the Christmas spirit is alive and well.
My fellow Americans, Melania and I are delighted to wish America and the entire world a very Merry Christmas.
The president delivering a Christmas message from his Florida resort, Mar-a-Lago. The first couple spending part of Sunday fielding calls from children who are tracking Santa online.
What would you like more than anything else? Oh, that's good. Building blocks, that's what I always liked too. I always loved building blocks. Now they make them better.
Before attending Mass. And as presidential tradition, the commander-in-chief also sending season's greetings to American service members deployed abroad.
I just wanted to wish everybody a very, very Merry Christmas. We say Christmas again very proudly. Very, very Merry Christmas. We're going to have a great year.
In Washington, I'm Kristen Holmes reporting.
Now, Christmas morning started with a special wake-up call today on Lake Superior. Take a look at this. This is what happens when the air passing over Lake Superior is colder than the water. It's a small reward for those photographers willing to step outside. And with the temperatures expected to be below zero in the area for much of the week, this may not be the only chance to catch a glimpse. It's just a silver lining through that cold weather. Now it's time for a check of our weather now. Here's Dan Breeden with our first forecast.
Emma, it's no big surprise, but the cold weather is certainly the biggest weather story here as we've headed through Christmas Day. Some of the temperatures, even now, down to 10 degrees below zero in Ladysmith and up in Rice Lake, also at Chautauqua, around 11 degrees below zero, the cold spot in Medford. Here in Eau Claire, 8 degrees below zero. It is 4 degrees below zero in Galesville, even 15 degrees below zero in Black River Falls. The wind chill factors, though, very chilly, around 22 degrees below zero in Chippewa Falls and 23 degrees below zero in Eau Claire. Wind chill advisories out till noon tomorrow for wind chills down to as low as 35 degrees below zero. I'll have more details coming up in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Dan. And I know we all feel it here, but those cold temps were carried from coast to coast. ABC's Elizabeth Herr is in New York, where a winter storm warning is stretching into Maine, but it doesn't stop there.
Mother Nature delivering a white Christmas for millions across the country. Even mild cities like Portland and Seattle waking up to this rare December snow. Enough snow for Frosty the Snowman to make this cameo and forcing some drivers to turn to salt and a good push to get their cars moving again. For plow truck drivers, a busy night trying to stay ahead of the storm, trying to avoid a repeat of scenes like this in Maine. Tow truck drivers using a rope to pull cars out of a ditch.
The roads are starting to get real slick, so you got to be careful out there, starting to freeze over.
This morning, winter weather alerts still in effect from coast to coast, with parts of New England already cleaning up from all of this, now bracing for another foot of snow.
If you don't have four-wheel drive, you're in trouble in the winter.
That is, unless you live in Florida, where 837 Santa surfers just set a new record for costumed surfers in Cocoa Beach. This on the same day drivers in Kansas were slipping and sliding on the roadways. And residents in Nebraska spent their Christmas Eve clearing snow out of their driveway.
Bing Crosby isn't the only one saying, "Baby, it's cold outside." And emergency responders have some tips to make sure you're staying safe.
It's a nice day out, it's just cold, and you take the precautions, everything should be good.
Emergency officials say if you're brave enough to stand the cold, go about your normal activities. Just be prepared. So that means extra clothes, keeping cell phones charged, and gas tanks full. Officials say with more people turning on the fireplaces and the heaters, there's an increased risk of fires. So they say make sure chimneys are cleared and fireplaces are cleaned before starting one. And turning now out west, where the Thomas Fire continues to burn through Southern California, now the largest wildfire in state history. Officials say the fire has burned more than 281,000 acres since the beginning of December, destroying nearly 1,600 structures and damaging more than 1,000 more. It's an area larger than New York City, Washington, D.C., and San Francisco combined. CAL FIRE says it is now 86% contained, and officials do hope to have it fully extinguished by the beginning of next month. But officials expect more people to be evacuated from their homes before that happens. Now to an update. Lake Cali police say a suspect has been taken into custody after a mother claimed he entered her van with her children inside. News 18 first brought you this story last week. The Eau Claire woman said she was loading groceries at the Lake Cali Walmart when the man jumped in the driver's seat of her van. She was able to get him out and said he ran and got into another vehicle. Today, Lake Cali police say a juvenile was taken into custody in connection with that incident. He told police he thought it was a friend's car and he was trying to pull a prank. The teenager has been referred to the Chippewa County DA's office for charges of disorderly conduct. And the Independence Police Department is asking for your help after an armed robbery at a business. Police say it happened on Saturday night at the Indy Mini Mart. The clerk told police that a man around 5'7" entered the store wearing black jogging pants with a white stripe and a black top. His head was covered and he was wearing a Halloween mask. He showed a gold and silver handgun and demanded money. The clerk said the suspect then ran away. So if anyone has information about this robbery, you are asked to contact police. We do have that information on our website. Now we had to break with a look at some of your favorite things about Christmas.
My favorite part of Christmas